By download G Generation Eternal today, everyone.
Next time I'm just not even gonna announce when we start. I'm just gonna say it, and then you're just gonna hear me actually announce the podcast.
Right.
I don't know why I try. Well, anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of the Out of Pocket Podcast. We've got a should be mild show for you today, but who knows what's
What'll
about to
happen?
happen. I think our topics are small, but they are. I mean, uh, our topics are low, but they are pretty juicy depending on how we go. So who knows what we talk about? I
Right.
am your
Anything
host.
can happen.
Let me get my spiel off, gosh dang it. We're 13 episodes in, 14 including the extra stuff, and we can't do it. I'm not even mad. I'm just. But anyway, I'm your host Zechs, and this is as always Zeta.
Hello, hi.
Yep. So as per usual, our show, since we start with our recap of our past week since the show ran, then we go into news, and then usually we would have a topic, but I feel like our topic is going to be the news itself. So, without further ado, how was your break recap?
I mean, I think it's been pretty chill. Not much has been happening. No crazy super secret details about my work life that are, gonna cause a complete meltdown. Surprisingly, right?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Although, I almost lost 2 coworkers to supermarket burritos.
What?
Don't eat those supermarket microwave burritos, everyone. I don't care how cheap they are. Don't do it.
Hey, listen, the price of
Oh,
listen, as
it's only when I'm muted on the live stream. Shoot. Uh, thank you.
uh
Anyway,
so
don't
all
eat the
that time I
supermarket
was talking,
burritos.
you couldn't actually do the sound check on your end.
All this time. Look,
Uh,
I just got my stream deck. All right, let me have some extra stuff. It's new hardware. Yeah, really bad cases of food poisoning all around. All right, $4 burritos. Not it. It's a trap, a scam. Don't
wait,
do it.
huh? How much?
$4.
$4.
If the HEB, if it's those HEB burritos.
Hell no. I thought you meant like I thought you were talking about like some microwave burritos or something. Because they're cheap.
No,
$4.
they ate those HEB burritos, and both of them got food poisoning.
That's the mistake. You eating food from HEB that is, if it ain't like a already made cake or something, you don't eat. If it ain't a dessert, don't eat that stuff.
I mean, I haven't had any problem with their like salmon, like the microwave like salmon pasta. That's fine. Maybe I'm just lucky. All right.
You may be, but I'm just saying, I'm not buying a $4 burrito. Wait, is it like those burritos they got in like the heater where it's like next to the where it's like close to the heat up like full like oven roasted chickens?
No, it's like the ones that are like by the deli section, like next to the sandwiches. They just like,
Yeah, like basically like that.
yeah.
They're in like a black container or something.
No, not
No,
no,
that's probably just mine. But yeah,
maybe.
like they're like kind of like the ones that seem like you get from school back in the day.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very much a you better be at home and eat those. Like I don't know what you thinking getting that for lunch.
I mean, one of the coworkers like ate one for breakfast and then one for lunch.
What? Oh nah, they deserve
Man,
they deserve that.
he's he was like $4. I'll take two. That poor soul.
So I know those come with two each. So you tell me they spent $8 on 4 burritos
Yeah,
that packed their stomach up to the gulag?
dude, literally had to miss the next day.
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, you eat that at home where you close to the Pepto Bismol. Don't even try it.
Right. Yeah. And on terrible news for my coworkers, Ranger Rejects second season started, and I'm already about to start Doom posting
Why?
because the opening has stuff in it that I really would have loved to be in a season 3 and not season 2. And I'm like, oh no, don't tell me you're about to rush things again.
Oh, you about to get Promised Neverland, buddy.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll just be upfront with it. They showed the final boss of the next major arc in the opening. Any of them didn't show up until like in chapter 100 and something.
Well, where did the season 1 end off on?
Like chapter 52.
Depends on how they handle it.
I mean, the problem is that like right, the way like the manga's structured, after season 1 ended, there's like a few like mini arcs, and then like a really big, and then like I don't know what we call it, the Soul Society arc equivalent of the series. That's where I'm like, oh no. Those mini arcs about to get rushed out, and they're probably gonna cram in the really big battle arc into the end of the second season. I'm just scared. Scared.
Oh, just pray things go well, I guess. I don't know what to say.
Right. In better news, To Be Hero X also started airing.
Yes, I want to watch that show. I haven't gotten around to it.
I've been calling it finally an arcane for me for the past 2 weeks. Finally, I got my own arcane I can talk about.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad for you. Meanwhile, I'm still league sober,
Like
except for one thing.
legitimately, it's animated so well.
Yeah, I already
Delicious
see
and
like the
creepy and
models. I'm like,
beauty.
yeah, those models look nice. So hopefully it's animated well.
It is animated really well.
You spend money on a Sawano soundtrack, you better be animated well.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, and this is gonna be my first hot take of today.
You don't like the
Sawano's
soundtrack?
kind of it's fine, but I feel like Sawano's kind of like played out.
I mean, I
Like
have.
every Sawano track is a Sawano track these days.
Mm, I,
He's turning to the Imagine Dragons of anime OPs.
no.
It's
You
fair.
can't say that.
I'm saying it now.
I, I mean, I won't say that because I haven't actually, again, had to go to the show itself, but I feel like pretty much like once. I mean, this is kind of one of those reasons why probably he kind of like was not available for AOT, quote unquote. Besides the fact he was busy with some other stuff, I forgot what he was busy on.
I mean, there was also solo leveling and whatnot.
I mean, like AOT for like the entire series. Like I think he did like one. I mean, most of his songs are pretty much just like of those final seasons are mostly just kind of uh like remixes of previous tracks, pretty much.
Right.
Like one of the best tracks in season 2 was quite literally a version of the main theme. It was a version of the main theme, but it had like this grunge inside of it that made it like legitimately like, oh, this is actually legitimately like how we're gonna end the season. Oh no, everyone's doomed.
I feel like his like I don't even dislike his music, his like score or whatever. It's like once someone's like too recognizable, it's like
Yeah, I think that's kind of. I think that's pretty much it. Like it's more recognizable. We can hear. Yeah, this is Swan track. Like we don't even gotta think about it, right?
right. I mean, as long as it's like I can excuse jam projects being jam projects. I'm like, we get it. You're literally the Super Robot Wars guys. Like they were shackled to that game for an eternal. I'm like, fine, sure.
I mean, kind of like how Back On is pretty much just like next same thing that's related to
Building
Gundam,
Gundam Breaker.
Gundam Builders, Gundam Breaker. Yeah,
Right.
like I feel like the fact, like I feel so upset because like the one they did for Battle Log is actually like probably one of my. It's just kind of like a really like normal one, but it's like it's still pretty good. But it was used on Battle Log. I mean, not on Battle Log, on
Right.
Metaverse. It's like, dang,
Man,
all of that wasted on mid.
Bandai needs to stop. Needs to drop the Metaverse project.
They spent too much money. They're gonna try as hard as they can. I feel it.
They should have they should have folded the second people were actually pirating Gunpla. You wouldn't download a Gundam.
Isn't that what your last season literally was about?
I sure as hell would.
Like, what you talking about?
Nah, like that's such a common gag at work. It's like you wouldn't download a car.
Like, you mean?
I think everyone would.
I mean, if it was work, it was like a working thing, or I had the ability to like actually make that reasonable, and it actually isn't just like a random jalopy. Heck
Right. Or
yeah, I
like
would.
whenever someone brings in like a 3D printer, we're just like, so who's gonna be the first person to buy this and start pirating Warhammer figures, sell them on the black market? Games Workshop, please do not let this kill my sponsorship opportunity. Please, I am begging you. I keep my business intact.
So, I mean, I guess the way you could say is like, I wouldn't call them the Mad Drags. I'd say he's more like the Weekend. It's like if you heard
Hmm.
one Weekend song, you pretty much heard most of them. They're still
Right.
good, but it's like it's not gonna wow you as much unless like you're waiting for like a whole album.
Right.
Like for example, I think kind of like the Weekend's previous album is it's still good, but I don't think it's like my favorite from him. There's like really good songs on there, but it's pretty much just
Right.
the same Weekend, the same I'm sad, the same I done I'm getting sad about a girl, but I don't care because I'm still gonna sniff the cocaine and fuck on a stripper.
I think you know what would help is if some of those songs have almost the exact same beat drop.
Mm.
Like they're almost all in the exact same spot. I'm just like, all right,
Like I feel like he works as more of a
the hype
leitmotif
man.
dude than like anything.
Right.
Because like man, I love when he's actually in like a unicorn era like UC series, like Hathaway narrative, of course, unicorn itself. right? But it's like it's
Maybe he
mostly
should stay
because
away from
his
opening songs.
huh.
Maybe I'm just making you feel. Maybe he just shouldn't be doing opening songs.
Uh,
When he's like, I like him when he's bombast. Like I like his bombast, right?
yeah,
It's only with like the open, like for like great scenes where like, oh sick, there's that Samino score for this action sequence. Hell yeah. But maybe not for like openings.
I mean, it depends. I guess it really just depends. I don't think I've really heard a song with him as like the opening, like main act
All right,
in
like
like a
maybe it's just because
in a long
this might
time.
entirely be just because I went from solo leveling to 2B hero like the very next week.
Yeah, that's your fault. You watch Solo Leveling.
I didn't like, I'm gonna have the weirdest take about solo leveling. I like everything except for the main character in that show. Like I want the busy work and the tax filing that happens in this setting. I don't care about the lead. Is that weird?
I mean, depends on who you ask. I have no interest of Solo Leveling either or.
Fair. Like
I
there's
think
decent role building in there, and then it all gets thrown away whenever the main character shows up on screen. It's like, and then he solves the conflict. It's like a boring One Punch Man.
I mean, just the way people talk about like the main character, from what I understand, it's like it feels like they're just saying like it's kind of like a mix of kind of like this is the Kirito affectionate and Kirito derogatory
Yeah,
because it's like everything they say is like, oh man, Kirito's like super strong and everything, and I'm just like, as someone who actually watches Sao, you're not wrong. However,
right.
like there's a lot more effort that kind of has to go into that than that for him, especially in later seasons, because the
Right.
original
Maybe
Sao was just quite literally like a, a was just literally like a small light novel specifically made to try and like win a contest. It wasn't like some sort of like masterpiece of writing for somebody who had never
right.
written a thing in their life before.
Too bad it sparked an eternal debate. Eternal debate and riled up every single dot hack fan when you mention it.
I mean, to be fair, that's not the.
We,
To be fair,
People's
that's
first
more Bandai's
saying,
fault because they ain't actually made a dot hack in forever.
right? I'm just like, they both had the same idea at the same time. That's just, it's funny how life works.
Yeah.
It's you pretty much it's Kirito derogatory. Also, Bobobo still beats him low def. Just saying. I don't know. I've been meaning to rewatch Bobobo recently. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why. It's just been starting to hit me. Like I actually start having like Bobobo episodes in the background while I'm doing stuff.
See,
Yeah. Not much time in the movie besides watch some neat shows and getting mad at Path of Exile too. Hate that game so much. Can't stop playing it. Hate it. And I'm finally dropping it tomorrow to play something else. I'm free for about 5 months. Yeah, how are things? How was your break period?
uh, it was all right. because of, I will say, because of the tariffs, still I'm still in the middle of, well, for one, I guess I just have to double check that I made the post on Blue Sky. But yeah, pretty much I'm just preparing because there's gonna be 2 video games I have to buy this next week, which is
Oh, too.
yeah, which is a Claire Obscure Expedition 33 that comes out next week, and then 100 Line Last Defense Academy comes out next week also.
Shoot, which one's 100 line again?
That is the Kadakan Uchikoshi game.
Right.
And I tried the demo finally. I made it to like the start of day 2. Because the whole point of the game is like there's 100 days and there's apparently like
100 ending.
100 enemies, yeah. So it's made it to start day 2. It is so Danganronpa it hurts. In fact, literally, Yoko Taro put a whole thing. It's like, man, I'm so glad Danganronpa Gaiden is being released. Wait, what do you mean this is Danganronpa?
Yeah. Man, I love Yoko Taro so much.
Because it really just started like Danganronpa. Well, it doesn't start like Danganronpa. Like it has a lot of Danganronpa isms. Like once you enter
Right.
school, it basically is Danganronpa. But before then, like you have like a whole like section of just like you're looking at the main character, his childhood friend, which they both kind of come to the realization of, oh, we actually kind of like each other, You have some world building of the place they are in, and then a bunch of mascots come in and attack the city. Like I think the best way to put it is like it starts off with a mix between uh Danganronpa's normal games and then UDG. Which I
Oh
know
boy.
UDG is definitely a controversial game, without a doubt. But I feel like the intro to
Yep.
that game actually does work. Whereas like it just kind of throws you into a chaos situation.
I think the problem UDG has is that, like, no one wants Danganronpa world building.
Uh, I mean that's one of its problems.
It's we don't want despair. It's, I don't know. I think the word despair kind of
Yeah,
makes and breaks the entire series.
I mean I think the other problem is having a character Matt Mercer voice that talks about liking him young as possible. That also is another issue.
Yeah.
Like someone would realize like how much did they pay that man to say that line out loud?
Yes.
I'm like, I better have another zero on my check when this is said and
Right.
done. I'm just letting you know right now.
Like, jeez.
It very much is like UDG goes in some places where it both does it in like it does like introduce it, but it's like also like kind of messy,
Right.
like really really messy.
I mean, at the very least, Danganronpa 3 still probably should be in like the Hall of Fame for so bad it's good anime.
No, I'm sorry. Did you think I liked DR3?
I didn't, but it's kind of look. I'll be honest. I enjoyed DR3 the right way.
Which was,
Unfortunate.
oh, you mean that place that no longer exists?
Right. Like the DR3 discussion, there was one like you had to be there kind of deals.
It wasn't because I don't.
Because half of them form was just people screaming and making fresh Danganronpa 3 memes for 24 weeks straight. 12, 13? 13. I keep forgetting A and B were like one day apart. It was crazy. It was the best. Peak.
It wasn't. Well, somebody who got in Danganronpa late and saw that travesty. No, it was not peak. It was abyss.
Yes. So bad it's good.
Okay, well, um, give me just like a little bit. Let's take a quick
Sure.
short break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back.
Yep, we are back. So sorry, I had to pick it up. So, in the middle of my segment. So, so, one of the things that put up. So I basically just kind of took anything I had like ordered and basically just like say, hey, you know, uh, just go ahead and send it because otherwise I probably won't be able to actually like get it, So there's all these again the price of the brick going up,
Right.
so like the only other thing left is ordering. Mm,
Yeah. I totally love that everything's just going up in price. It's great.
yep.
And there's totally no reason for any of that happening that we are going to talk about on this podcast for the sake of, remaining completely unbiased and neutral.
Yep.
Mhm.
On that note, I ordered uh yeah, so I think I said it originally, but what came in is the Tekken 8 Collector's Edition. So I have that now. It was on sale for like the price of like the base game. So I was like, okay, I'll cop that.
Yeah.
And finally got in a double O riser and the double X master grade. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. That the double X is what I was making before we started the podcast.
I'm still waiting for that G Self Master Grade. It's gonna happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me no.
And maybe the Vidar will be back in stock.
Yeah, it's probably gonna happen first, huh?
It makes sense.
They just hate like G-Rec and age. I just gotta get over it.
I don't think they hate it. Definitely not the popular ones, Like you're not beating
Okay,
seed in a contest of popularity.
I mean, Seed's so good to turn me into a Seed fan.
Not sure how that works, but okay.
I mean, it's fine. Also, turn me into Gundam Wing's biggest hater, or at least in the top 10. And I saw it at Overwatch 2, like, from, like, new collab announced Gundam Wing 30th anniversary. I'm like, cool, garbage meets garbage.
You say garbage, garbage. I say I heard the Green Goblin talking to me. Heard that mask talking. I'm like, oh no, please.
Oh, oh no.
I don't even play Mercy. When I played
Don't
Overwatch.
don't do it. Like,
It's
they,
like,
they
sorry, continue.
there's something so wrong about Overwatch 2 collabs, and I think my problem is that it's like there's a Toonami fanboy that's just picking all of these out.
I mean,
There's
yeah.
no other explanation. Here's Cowboy Bebop, One Punch Man, Gundam Wing, also After the Last Airbender, because I remember watching that on Nickelodeon and think it was the craziest thing ever.
I mean, yeah, I think just. I mean, it's hard to kind of say because, like, obviously, if Overwatch was still like in people's good graces, I think people would be much more happier that it's getting any collab at all.
I mean, maybe they just also don't look good.
I mean, that too. Some of them look cool, some of them don't. It really just
Like,
depends.
I would honestly prefer model swaps. Like, I would honestly just take the Fortnite approach a bit. Just here's a complete swap of the character, been like Fortnite. I've been like Overwatch's like shading and art style. Just call him a variant instead of a skin. I think we can all get behind that instead.
We see that requires being a model. I don't know where you can get
And
that
effort
one of the Wing Gundam at all from.
on to make a wing model. I don't care if it looks like a Funko Pop wing. Do it. That's just me.
I mean, that's fair to have that feeling. Also on note, I you know, G Quacks finally started airing.
I need to start watching those first two episodes.
Mm-hmm. I will say this. I will say this: the moment G Quack's beginning comes on streaming or anything, watch that instead.
No,
And it's not to say like the first two episodes aren't good. They're good. There's stuff that's in the G Quack's beginning thing, but I think the biggest
right.
issue is that they're placed wrong. Like, I get it.
I
That's why
mean,
beginning was made in the first place, but it's still like it was placed wrong.
they did the same thing in the Victory, and no one complained.
Mm. Maybe it's just me
Victory's
because
out
I'm
of
like,
order.
because you watch episode one, like yeah, you see Machu, but you're pretty much confused about everyone else, right?
Right.
Whereas say you
I mean, they're like,
watch, whereas say you watch episode two first, you know what's going on a lot more than episode one.
right. I mean, I kind of like the idea of like just first episode just like jars you into what seems like a whole new setting, and then episode two is the mic drop
I mean,
where you're just
the
like, what the heck?
I mean, I get it because like you don't want to have your first episode be an episode where your main character doesn't even show up, right? It's like,
Right.
yeah, you see all these like these waifus and this freaking twink, and then episode 1 you met with the original twink.
Like it keeps the shock factor in, right? Because like you see, argue like one of the problems, the biggest problem G Cooks had was like the plot kind of got leaked like immediately.
Yeah, freaking Illy.
So like, imagine if we like got things right, and like no one had any clue it's a Universal Century series. Like people would be losing their damn minds. Episode 2.
Yeah, but then the question would be, it's the Universal Century series. I mean, to be fair, the second trailer for G-Quest was getting pretty much spoils everything, right? Like quite literally
Right.
ends on a shot of Char. It was like, oh, I mean, that's how I realized. Oh no, that wasn't fake. That was legitimately the plot. Oh god.
Such a funny idea for a premise. I
So
mean,
yeah,
I feel like we've all like wondered, right, at some point. Man, what if like Armor just didn't hop in the Gundam? Question answered.
yeah.
Things get weird.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this is effectively the closest thing Arno could get to just making Zeta Gundam. I mean, the opening is literally a mix of the Seed and Zeta openings.
Nah, nah.
Like I don't know how much more blatant you can get than that.
Right.
So yeah, I started watching it. I decided to, because it was actually there. Uh, they actually said they actually have the dub already for everything. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll watch it.
Ooh,
Positives. Amadeus voice actress is a perfect casting. She sounds like a
nice.
complete gremlin, and it's perfect. Also, it's probably her second role ever. Like her other role, I think people found out was like some like Snow White ripoff that she did.
Mm,
So this being her effectively like second major role is like, oh, you killing it already. Like, yeah, no, you're good.
right. We gotta
Keep
rise.
at
We gotta rise star here.
keep at it. Negatives. They recast Char again.
You know, I think that's fine. This is a
Uh,
different
I mean,
Char.
for the context of the series, yeah, but still, like, I was so ready to hear Keith Silverstein, and then I heard Mikazuki,
Right.
so it was like, oh boy, which is like,
I mean, Char's like, I'm pretty sure at this point, man, they just come out and say, yep, every single Gundam series for Char's in it, besides the original, it's just fan fiction. People wrote about him afterwards. The Char as we know him died years ago. Doesn't exist.
so you're implying that CCA is fan fiction.
There's like 3 or 4 different versions of it. Possibly?
I mean, there's four different versions of everything.
Yeah, but like there's actually like way too many people release the Char's counterattack at the same time. Like it's one of the worst offender. As
Fair.
long as we don't talk about Under the Barrel.
I won't because I have no idea what that is. Anyway,
Oh
so
god, have you not seen Under the Barrel?
no, but yeah. So
Or was it For the Barrel? Silly me.
I'm gonna be sad when you post it in the group chat because it's gonna move up the
Yep,
For the Barrel.
yep, 4.
What in the hell? This is
And that
nigga, who made this clamp?
right?
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. But yeah. Pretty much Dub's good so far. Still funny to me that Charlie Abul is like a main character in this show,
I'm a huge fan of it.
despite the fact that he was literally in one.
Like he should have been a major character in the original. Good on them for, rectifying that issue.
Okay.
Like heck, I feel like I kind of wonder now, like as far as Gundam X goes, who that like godlike new type at the end was. Because everyone's always like, "Woo, that's totally this universe's version of Amuro." I'm like, could also be Charlie.
Mm. But yeah, that and then now I gotta kind of like decide what I'm gonna do with my money because I got again like I talked about Claire Obscure and 100 Line, but then uh Weiss dropped the Nikkei set today. Then there is a Vanguard set next week.
Always more to spend.
And I'm just like, oh man, this is gonna be a lot of money. Not including the quarter century stampede where you get my alt arts.
Don't need it.
Yes, I do. Listen, I'm definitely gonna need them if they actually if JP pops off with a new Sky Striker support. Which, by the way, can we? I know it's not in the news, but can we just talk about how this upcoming this set in OCG is kind of crazy? Like, did you read
Yeah,
the Lunar Light support?
not yet.
Bro, they made a fusion that literally the fusion searches Lunar Light perfume.
Oh no.
Just straight up searches it. It's like, oh, and you know what it costs? 2 Lunar Lights.
Great.
New grade 4, normal summon. Search your deck for a Lunar Light. Then discard a card. Lunar Lights have effects that when they're sent to the graveyard by effect. New
It is.
fusion. 38k towers. That quick effects destroys all special summon monsters.
I don't
Like,
know how I feel about Yu-Gi-Oh anymore.
I saw you doing your masochist.
Yeah, and I mean, I almost want to say I kind of like you more than actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I kind of understand now why like the higher end Yu-Gi-Oh content creators don't grind ladder.
You mean like the big
Like,
ones?
yeah, like
Mm,
I kind of get it.
yeah. Like they,
It's not fun.
I wouldn't say it's not fun, but it's more like it's it's too much.
Right. Yeah, that's more like it. Like I'll take just making Silhouette Rabbit like every game for like 20 games in a stream over,
Literally anything
whatever the
else.
hell 60 card pile deck I have to come up with next, because that deck changes every month. And they still haven't banned that grass look screener, so I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
The day they ban that card, I'm dropping Master Duel. That's it.
Yeah, so but yeah, no, that set looks really like cool. I just wish I had those decks slash like to go into locals for Yu-Gi-Oh. Cause not like I don't have one, there is one, but it's like, I don't know anyone in the city anymore that really plays Yu-Gi-Oh outside a couple people,
Mm.
and they
I mean,
either
that's the rope with TCGs, right?
yeah. So it's just like I feel like it's kind of like that feeling of like, man, I basically have to rejoin a whole different community. Whereas if I stay like in the bushy community, quote unquote, I got homies on multiple layers, you know?
Right.
It's like in a way it's like right now that I see it, like Yu-Gi-Oh has the least overlap with all of the games I enjoy playing.
Mm-hmm. And like at least you can just throw like 100 card deck box at someone and find like 5 commander players fighting for scraps. Like getting a magic group going, easy. Getting a Yu-Gi-Oh locals to like fire off these days, and everyone have a fun.
It
That's
depends
easy,
on the ban list.
right? Like it's a very temperamental fan base, well, player base.
No, you're right, fan base too.
Yeah. Which I mean, I get it. I've been posting a lot. I've been saying a lot of stuff about how Vanguard players are the whiny TCG group. I'm not taking that back.
Oh my goodness. I think
But,
we talked about it last week, but we did talk about the Lorcana ban list, right?
oh no, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I did see one video on my YouTube feed about it. I was like, oh, that's a thing. Is there a meltdown?
Not that I've seen. So I shouldn't be my. It still shouldn't be on the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but I still have yet to like. I still have the Speed Robo video saved for his look at the update to V card.
No, I did see that video. And I mean, he kind of just says what we said during the our stream anyways.
Yeah, I did watch the Kodak recap he did. That was fun.
I'm saying this quick V card tangent. I kind of like that their giveaways are just for the first edition boxes, because it's like you're going to give away a first edition box, a box of cards can't be used.
No. You see, they're ratted.
And also that box of cards. Since you didn't purchase the first edition box, you're not entitled to the free 2-player starter kit with the unlimited cards.
You really taking me off by putting this card game back on it.
Fine. I was saying like during when you were like off for like a quick break, I was like, I'm gonna keep things rent free today. I'm gonna be on my best behavior. And, I'm maintaining that right now. I'm gonna be a good little co-host for one stream.
I see.
Totally gonna last. Totally.
Sorry. Outside of that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just gotta grab my Weiss and Vanguard cards. Going to. I'm tomorrow. I'm waking up like at 4:30 in the morning because the Nikkei 2.5 anniversary starts, and or rather the live stream starts, and I don't want to get spoiled by waking up and a couple friends like say, "Hey man, did you see this? What you think?"
You should wake up and also install SC Gundam G Generation Eternal.
Your second ad this episode.
Still not sponsored. It's really good. Features a whole ton of units you've popular and unpopular. Kind of like, great variety here of units.
There is one more thing I did.
Hmm?
I finally booted up a Gundam Breaker 4 again. Just so I could actually sketch out like a concept for like a custom kit I was want to do.
Nice.
Played like 2 rounds with it and was like, yeah, I can probably see why it kind of dropped off the game after the main story.
Right. Like, man, I feel 2024 feels so weird to me as far as like game releases go. Because like this happened twice for Bandai, right? For Bandai Namco, I've run to concentrate all the like fan fervor of like 1,000 Suns. Like, man, you guys have been waiting for so long for a new Bukai Tenkaichi game. Here's Sparking Zero, and it drops off after like 2 months. All right, guys, it's been 8 years since the last good Gundam Breaker game. Here's Gundam Breaker 4, and it dropped off after 2 months. Like, how?
But Bleach is still okay.
I guess, but it's like,
But I think that's mostly because it's been
this
ages.
happened
It's been so
twice.
long since the Bleach game even came out, and it's like the Bleach hype is still like strong because we still got one more season of the anime left.
Right.
So it's like
Like,
it's
I feel
making it.
like both games were good, but they like missed the mark just a bit. Where it's like, you could have had two bangers here and revived two different fan bases, and they just flatlined.
Even worse because this was not only the first Gundam Breaker in a while. This is the first like what Gundam Breaker released in the West,
Right.
and the first one to be dubbed too. That's not cheap.
Yep. Like, I think I know what my problem with Gundam Breaker 4 was, right? Well, two problems. One, the affixes were kind of boring. Like, you know me, right? I play a bunch of Path of Exile and, like, loot-based games like Borderlands, right? It's kind of why I also love Gundam Breaker 3. The problem with that 4 has, the loot's kind of boring and too balanced out. Like, oh, here's like an extra like 1% or like 3% for this like one stat or whatever. It's like, thanks. You get halfway through Gundam Breaker 3. You're making builds for like every single like attack is just healing you for like 26,000 HP. And you're going like crazy sicko mode. You can't do that in Gundam Breaker 4. Why? Right? Like, it's too soft of a game. It's too balanced. Number two, Megata Musashi came out early before it. And that has that Gundam Breaker 3 kind of like craziness to it. Also kind of faster. And it's actually, there's some difficulty there's actual difficulty. Like, dang, I really wanted to like Gundam Breaker 4.
I mean, I still like it. It's just I got my
So I
fill
want
out
to
of it.
love it, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's like I like it, but like I want to love it.
Maybe Gundam Breaker 5 will bring the sauce back.
Maybe. But yeah, I did that, and yeah, that was pretty much everything that was really what happened. In general, nothing too crazy happened. Just anything else? No.
You see the Minecraft movie?
No.
Same.
Yeah, that's
Have
it.
to
We
ask
got
for
it.
that.
uh,
Yeah, I'm like, we got like one customer that keeps saying, hey, every time like a new like animated movie comes out, he's like, hey guys, do you guys see the new movie yet? Like he hounded us down for a month to go watch Sonic 3. Is on a Minecraft bender.
yeah. Uh, uh, yeah. Outside that, there is the Divine's anime is over, and
Yep,
we're not going to talk about it this episode. When we'll talk about it, you'll have to see you later.
yep. You will get vague hints of our thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
It made me cry. That's all you'll get.
No, it didn't.
I didn't say why. Also, you're right, but we gotta keep the people hanging, all right? Oh, find out next podcast why Divine Selects made the ZetaZephyr cry. Give them that morsel for next time. Gosh.
And then, I guess we should move on to news.
Yep.
So, on to the news. Let me double check my property.
And
All right. So we on the news, and beginning off, we start with the fact that Haley Joe Osment crashed out.
Wait, what?
Yes, you didn't see? He got arrested.
Oh right.
He got arrested for being intoxicated, and then apparently called the cop the N word. And for the record, not the usual N word, the N word that I guess
we
you
will
could say
not be saying
the
here.
N word for white people who voted a different type of way. Let's say that.
Right.
And then now, granted, some people also kind of put us up there. It's like, oh yeah, he probably got drunk because it probably happened because he was feeling upset because he lost his home in the California fires, and his insurance has basically denied him every step of the way.
Yeah, that'll make anyone drink.
Yep. Awkward, awkward segue into the actual news, but for the
I mean, who
podcast,
cares
but
about that, right? How does it affect Kingdom Hearts 4?
I mean, when they get done with it, we'll know. But on that note, let's start with the first bit of news. Brave Group, which is a corporation that does VTubers, they collab with Vispo. They have Vispo, Crazy Raccoon, I think, whatever it is. I don't know what y'all do anymore. Listen, Hollow
Mr.
Fault.
President, another VTuber TCG has hit the towers.
Basically, yes. So, Cross Stars, if this translation goes. A new trading art game, Cross Stars, to be released in August 2025. The first edition features 24 talents from Crazy Raccoon, Vispo, and Neoport. Over 150 unique hand-drawn cards by renowned creators are planned. Build your own original deck and engage in dueling battles. And so we have the press release over here, but I want to pull this up real quick. So this is the official press release. They have the teaser right here. It was on April 17th. So we have thing with us Cross Stars. Cross Stars is a new trading card game based on a concept of together enthusiasm. Talented individuals from different agencies and genres come together to create a new world together with their fans. At Cross Stars, we will create an enthusiastic scene like the Crazy Raccoon Cup with talent and deliver that experience to our players. So, development structure. Cross Stars is a partnership between Brave Group and Crazy Raccoon. The game is being developed by former professional trading card game player and Game & Co. director Atsutoshi Kubo as producer, and is being produced by Crazy Raccoon representative Daichi Takano, aka Oji-san, as chairman. Sorry, the N was cut off there. Additionally, we will have welcome Shota Yasuki, who has been involved in production of numerous card games in Japan as lead game designer for the card game, and a major printing company that handles many card printing projects is involved in the printing and processing of the cards. In addition, Sekapi Co. Limited, head office Tokyo, chairman and CEO Yoshihiro Takakura, president and CEO Ichiro Shimura, has also joined in the development effort, and a project will be released with a strong structure that makes use of the expertise of each company. I've never heard that name Sakabi before. It's probably nothing. Basically with Cross Stars. Players build decks with 4 leader cards of their choice and 50 cards to play against each other. If you can defeat all 4 leaders of the opposing team, you win in 1 round. The highly innovative rules include a full match, where the first player to win 2 rounds wins the match, and a quick match, where the first player to win 1 round wins the match, making this a card game that can be enjoyed by players who want to play competitively as well as casually.
The highly innovative rules include best of 3 and best of 1.
We'll have to look at the rules. About Cross Stars rare cards, Cross Stars' highest rated leader card, LRPP, is a formal concept card sitting on a throne. The product version will be even more luxurious with the leader's signature and handwritten message. Please look forward to it. So here's examples of I'm assuming two Respo characters who kind of just look the same. Are they the same character or are they different? I think they're the same.
I think so. Yeah.
I think they're the same, just one's got a crown, one's got a hat.
Right.
All right. So, future schedule: Cross Stars will be available at card shops nationwide and on various EC sites from August 2025. Pre-orders are scheduled to begin around June and July. The latest information will be posted on the official Twitter website. I'm still not going to call it X. Sorry. Introducing the first release, Luminous Daybreak. Star Deck has two types: First Crown and Demon King's Advent. Those are insane names to use on VTuber cards. Come on, dog. The price will be 1650 yen each.
What do you mean?
I mean, come on. Look. This second one is called Demon King's Advent.
Have you not? Right. You're not too into
Hey,
the
I
old
know you were about to say something stupid. It's like, of course I haven't, dummy.
You gotta fix that, all right?
No, I will not. One will be the Demon King. One will be Crazy Raccoon characters, and the Cross Stars will have. I mean, the First Crown will have Vispo.
If we're gonna keep covering VTuber card games, you gotta
We're not covering VTuber card games. We're doing news on card games. There just so happens to be 18,000 of these goddamn things coming out every 4 minutes.
Right. And I'm just saying, you gotta add to your knowledge to cover a topic.
I'm not. If I was playing the game, sure, maybe I look up, but you got me FW. You think I'm going to actually listen? You get into one of these card games, then we'll talk.
All right. Well, let's build some tabletop sim right now and start playing some V card.
Anyway, booster pack 1, Luminous Daybreak. One pack will have 8 cards, 440 yen, and one box will have 12 packs, which will be 5,280 yen. The product launch archive. You can watch the product launch event held on the 16th. Please take a look. This was the preview image and it has all the guests they had. Scenes from the day. I believe these are looks at higher rarity cards that are coming out. The bottom, yeah. So about Gaming Co. With a vision for esports 100 years into the future, Gaming Co. is developing new businesses in the esports and related fields, such as the online school CR Gaming School, run jointly with Crazy Raccoon, which specializes in improving game skills. The Esports Pro Gamer Experience Camp, CR Fortnite Camp, for elementary, middle, and high school students, and a merchandise business, Emesis.
Esports.
Yep. So what's Crazy Raccoon? It's a team. Company profile, Gaming Co. All the things, Samurai Kobe and Sakapi. All right. So first look, Office, what do you think?
Huh?
You are the VTuber.
I need to see more. Right. I mean, this one I definitely need to see more of. What I will say, I'm kind of actually more interested for the gameplay for this one. Because when I first saw the leader cards and the deck, I was like, okay, this is another combat game like Flesh and Blood. And then no, it's 4 leader cards. I'm like, you have my attention.
Yeah, I think that's probably the interesting thing is 4 leaders.
It's a team combat game.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting. I'm like, okay, you might have something here. I still won't play your game, especially since it's not in English yet. But I'll at
It's
least give
not
you
the
that.
Magic the Gathering clone.
Yet again,
Don't will that on them. Yeah.
yep. But yeah,
Yep.
I
Great group is interesting.
game design is interesting. I have no interest or care for Vispo. I know they had a Vanguard collab. I didn't care about that, and plus, it's
Right.
not coming in English
Like,
at this
like
point.
people talk a lot about like how much Hololive, how many VTubers Hololive has and whatever like that. And like, oh yeah, there's enough Hololive members to sustain a game forever or however long, right?
As more and more
Brave
people
Group may
follow
as
now.
Brave Group may as well be like 4 Hololives large if you actually look at how like deep the well runs.
It is kind of funny, but it is kind of funny how it's like Whole Life had a card. Did Gara ever get introduced into the actual proper Whole Life card game?
No. And we know why now.
hmm.
To explain to everyone, a few days ago, a crazy miraculous event happened, followed by a tragedy. Maybe they're connected, all right? On the one hand, 4chan got killed, finally. The beast is no more. Which coincidentally, a few hours later, Gargara announced her graduation from Hololive. The freak event of divine intervention. I know you might start believing in a higher power for how this all lined up.
For reference, this is like if Kevin Durant retired from the league.
Right. Like people were fearing something, right? For extra added context. There was a large VTuber community on 4chan. A large one. And people were fearing or prepping the popcorn for the event for months now for what would happen if Gura left Hololive. People wanted to see the full, complete nuclear meltdown of that website from people just freaking out.
Uh,
We got to see it.
I mean, it went down, but not in the way people expected it to.
Right.
It went down, and the reason why it happened, the, but not for the reason why. If that makes sense.
Exactly. That
Uh,
sucks. I wanted to see the nuclear meltdown.
I, I was torn because I'm like, you know what? I feel bad for her fans. You know, it seems like she was
I
struggling a
do.
lot. At the same time, I also want to retweet something really crazy that would probably got me smacked upside the head by a lot of my friends. So I was just like, you know, I'm gonna let it slide.
Like, I mean, I even got in the VTubers with the original like Hololive English wave, so I'm kind of like, damn, it really is like the end of an era.
There's still three of that wave left, right?
Right? And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it feels like another one of them is kind of on her way, like halfway through the door,
This is like if the Power Rangers all just left.
and we're not getting Rocky or Aisha anytime soon. They're gone too.
I will say things would probably be really bad if a certain pink haired anime girl decides to dip before anyone realizes.
Hot Japanese fire is never leaving. That's who you're referring to. In
Ladies
fact,
and gentlemen,
yeah.
he just said the worst thing I've ever heard on this podcast.
The worst thing so far.
Anyway,
I'm
next.
here forever, and she will sing the opening to your favorites to your favorite series, your most anticipated one. She will sing the opening.
Step on a Lego.
You know I'm right.
Just step on a Lego. Step on a
Can't wait
Lego.
for the, she's on me. Look, can't wait for her to sing the opening to the next Blaze Blue anime by Adi Shakur.
Anyway, it hurt me. Anyway, final thoughts on Cross Stars so far. Before we
Looks
get to-
neat. We got to see more. Results inconclusive.
Okay, so here's my point I was gonna make. So, Cross Stars, they said this is a collab between multiple groups. One of them being Sakapi Co. Limited. You know who is part of Sakapi?
Ooh.
There are two people who followed this Cross Stars Twitter account. It was you, and it was Keita Mori, aka the previous producer for Cardfight Vanguard.
All right, the most recent person to meet the end of Kidani's golf club, right?
So, which kind of brought up a whole different discussion with a couple people on Discord. Was like, I mean, it was independent of this, but it's just funny that we brought him up, and then all of a sudden here comes this discussion. Here he comes showing up technically on another card game out of nowhere, which is funny.
I mean, it's funny, but it's also like a good reminder that like no one's actually properly steering this damn ship that is Vanguard.
I mean, people are steering the ship; they're just not. I mean, it's a whole different discussion, right? It's a whole different discussion.
The most recent captain gets shanghaied at port each time.
I mean, we still have the same people who are still in control as we did when he left. So it's not like we're dead in the water, dead in the water.
It's just, you know,
It just feels like we're dead in the water for multitude of reasons.
like
Especially
you feel like
what?
I think I did like more as a producer. Maury was like, you know, at least a little more communicative, and
Yeah.
at least was probably the one that pushed the like initial starter deck idea that kind of propelled D series.
Yes.
What I will fault him for is Persona Ride.
You know, I mean, you want to fault him for Persona Ride? You don't want to fault him for like the over trigger,
No,
keeping the triggers the same.
nope.
Just Persona Ride.
You know why?
Why?
Persona Ride actually has a direct impact on the cost of the game compared to the other mechanics.
How so?
Why do you need 4 copies of your Vanguard when you have Ride deck?
You know, that's a good point. So I originally was like, I don't get why people are so upset over Persona Ride. But as numbers got bigger in like the actual cards themselves, it became hard to think. I was like,
Right.
I'm starting to see it. And then I mean, basically, kind of became like if you persona ride, yeah, you've got power, right? You're good, you're golden. If you don't have persona ride, you better pray your cards are good.
As far as like card advantage goes, Persona Rate is worth like 6 cards out of the opponent's end.
Technically, yes. Uh, but also, one other thing is that I think when I finally started to turn around, in my opinion, Persona Ride was when the new um Virgilis form just got revealed.
And it doesn't have it. I mean, it can't Persona Ride over the original,
You
right?
can't. I mean, you can Persona Ride Virgilia on top of Virgilia, but if you want to do off nights, like you have to spend a lot more card advantage to do a combo like that, right?
Hmm.
I'm like, that actually is really good. That's actually a cool way to kind of like fix the Persona Ride issue without just ignoring it. Where it's like, yeah, if you want to have this super powerful combo, you have Persona Ride power, you have a 5 attack combo turn, you have like a free search, a free everything, you have all this. You have to keep 2 cards in your hand at all times, specifically to make it work. To get that Persona right and everything, right? Whereas if you miss one, it's not the end of the road, but it very much is like, I like how Alpha Knights is just a stronger Virgila that just fixes a lot of issues with the deck, but it basically requires you to not have Persona Ride. It kind of like if you want the Persona Ride power, you basically have to rewrite it multiple times. And I'm like, that's cool. That's nice. That's neat conceptually.
It just works.
And I'm just like, I feel like that should be the way some certain card design should work in the future. Should be, you shouldn't just immediately activate Persona Ride if you get a new form that evolves on top of the old form. Or you have a form change, right? Like I can get like the Kings and like Blackmire Nexus because they kind of do different things, but Blackmire Nexus pretty much like changes the whole deck entirely.
Yeah.
But it just makes me feel like I feel like if we have more decks like this in the future, this is how you should do it. In terms of giving them an upgrade, right? Whereas like it doesn't just abuse Persona Ride, but it gives it a powerful effect. And if you want Persona Ride, you have to run a lot more cards in your deck that are probably like not worth it. You know?
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, you're pretty much trying to run 3 Fragilla, probably 3 to 4 Alpha Knights, and just pray you hit them.
I think maybe the problem with Persona Ride, right? But it's maybe the most arbitrary, like, Bushy's like, right, do something plus on G3 mechanics. Like, everything a Major Vanguard mechanic is that, essentially, right? Cross Ride. Ooh, GG on. Hey, G3 on a G3. Woo! Legion. We're attaching a grade 2 to your grade 3. Stride. Discard a grade 3, get a super grade 3. Gifts. Run a grade 3, get a bonus. And now we're coming to Persona where it's like, put card on top of card, get generic bonus.
I think one of the things is that we've now kind of hit this weird thing where it's like, if you go second, there are gonna be cards now that just basically say, yeah, just activate Persona Ride. For example, like the mask units, right? It's like you went second, you get like this huge power buff on your turn 3,
Yeah.
on your first turn 3. which is like, is that healthy for the game? I mean, there's only like really like two decks that could really use that effectively, but I don't know. But the point being is that it's just funny how like it always comes back to this dude.
Yeah.
And I just think about how like Vanguard players just won't let him go. But people act like he's the one that got away. It's like, listen, he was definitely like a nice person. He definitely was a lot more talkative than like our current producers, but he didn't really do much.
I think part of it is that like that belief, right? Where it's like, all right, we got Bushy and Side Games working together. We got a producer from Shadowverse. Bushy's doing a Shadowverse card game. Maybe this is the end. Maybe there's like a trade deal going on and we finally get that Dream Vanguard sim. So people have been hoping for. It's like, no, nah. Bushy players get Vanguard players get nothing out of this.
Yeah.
Like there was hope. Misplaced hope. But people had some hope in something happening.
I think
And
the
he just
fact
like
that they can't let go is what I'm trying to say. It's like it's been years. We've
right.
had more ups and downs and everything. If you still feel that we could have gone somewhere, that's fine. But it's time to let it go. Your ex is gone. Your ex moved on with another nigga. Like we can let it go. Anyway, on to the next thing. The Gundam card game had its link station, its first link station, which is kind of like a stream where they go over like updates to the game. And they announced that going to the game, there will now be changes to the base game as well now from the beta version. For one,
Beta's acting a beta.
yep, this is how you do it, V card. For example, they've added a new link condition text to kind of clarify a lot of clarification. They've increased the size of text. They've changed the AP and HP color. They've done more with like say pilots. Let me find that. They've done more with say changing of pilots and command cards. So they've also gotten some more changes to kind of be more connected and kind of clean up, right? So, for example, the pilot has a new thing where it's like it makes the link a lot more theme. It cleans up the command cards. Yeah, it just does a lot to kind of just like clarify everything. So
Definitely what we needed, but helps.
yeah, so that I think that's really good. Next on the docket, they announce that Starter 05 will be Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Russell was right. Woo!
Breaking news, I will now play Gundam card game. It also will include the first instances of the purple color.
All right. This is some good news, but I kind of have this problem with every single Bandai card game at this point.
What?
Can we stop introducing new colors in the second set?
You know what? That is fair. I
just do them all from the start.
I just find this funny because one, not only is this to starter 5, when we get to starter 6, that will be when set 2 drops. And set 2 will definitely have IBO cards in it, which is gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Which I hope this means it has IBO cards in it. That'd be crazy otherwise. I think they kind of showed up, but also me getting Digimon is funny because my color that I play a lot is purple and red. So the fact that my favorite series is a purple deck feels too hilarious. Feels too
I
much
mean,
of a
I could support
coincidence.
that.
So that's just kind of like,
Ask me,
say it again.
like people ask me what my favorite color in the Digimon card game is, and I'm just gonna tell them, uh, white. That's where all the funny stuff happens.
But yeah, so Gundam Barbados 4th form shown. I'm assuming it's just gonna be like season 1 IBO.
Right? Yeah.
Would make sense. Like we haven't gone past the. I don't think we've gone past like any other Gundam series. Like it was like a first segment, right?
Right.
Like we're still on strike cards and seed.
I wonder if we're gonna get cards of the first three Barbados forms, because like Bandai keeps wanting to ignore those ever happened.
I mean, I just want to see what their design is for like the original Barbados. Like I know the 4th form is as close to the original as possible, but
Right.
it's still like I'd like to see what the original did look like.
Like if it feels like the only game that's actually ever featured like every single Barbados form from the anime was like G Generation Cross Rays.
Mm.
And that's because that game had an evolution system for every mobile suit, so you're just slowly working your way up the tech chart.
Which speaking of forms, you know it's funny. I saw a video talking about how like technically the Gundam Earlier Hunt technically retconned how like the Gundams work in terms of holding information.
I think we both saw that same video.
Yeah, but I just found it cool because like bringing that speculation of well technically with like how like oh yeah this makes sense how the lupus is kind of like a compromise of oh turns out the Barbatos really was meant to be kind of like a samurai, but Mika's so brute force like it didn't actually like click with him until he actually like they actually had that final fight in season 1.
Sorry, Unga Bunga wins.
Yeah, Unga Bunga wins, but it's like that's not how the Barbatos is meant to be. But at the same time, it works, and it's like so like the lupus being a compromise, and then the lupus Rex basically being like Mika effectively like taking basically like imposing his will onto the Barbados itself is kind of an interesting thought. Which I'm like, you know what, that makes a lot of sense from like a
Yeah,
concept design wise. I'm like, yeah, that gave you some food for thought. Thank you.
like there's gotta be like some difference.
All right, next on the news. They've added more accessories. There's a lot of them, but I'm gonna focus on this last one, which is the official case set, which comes with the deck box, a separator, a EX base for the Strike Gundam, an alternate art, and an EX resource alt art that has Lacus in it. This will be the first deck box to sell out.
Really?
I mean, this deck box is gonna be everywhere. Like, I hope this thing is like printed the hell back because like you start
Right.
off with one of the most popular Gundam series, one of the most popular Gundam waifus as an alt art for a thing everybody needs. Oh yeah, everybody going. This is gonna be like pre-orders gonna be crazy.
I mean, I will say it's gonna be really funny when they release the wing deck set with the Relina EX resource and the Wing Gundam EX base, and it just stays on shelves in the Hobby Lobby for the next like 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Westerners like Ring, so we'll be fine.
They like Wing up to a point.
Now, granted, they drop. Listen, there's like Listen, there's like 3 characters. I will say that if they were ever to do like a new version, but it's for those 3 characters, I'm buying 5 each.
There. What characters?
I shouldn't say.
Right?
I will say one of them will be Cordelia, easy.
Yep.
Another will be Laughter, easy.
Uh-huh.
uh I'm sorry, I'm tired. Dang, why am I falling on a name? No. Oh no.
Idea.
What?
You know, you're talking to...
Kigali,
No.
yes. Kigali is the next one. The other 2 I can't say because it commits to my war crimes.
All right. Like, I have a theory, right? I legitimately have a theory.
Okay, what's your theory?
The base of people who really like Wing is like hypothetical. Like it's like it's smaller than like people think it is at this point.
I can see that.
Like it's a very specific subset of like the Toonami kids generation. And like I don't think that base is as large as everyone seems to keep pretending it is.
Allenby. That'd be like the 6th one.
All right, good pick. But yeah, like maybe it's just me, but I like feel like yeah, see, Gundam Wing is like the American Gundam series. It's the most popular one here. I don't believe that's true anymore, and it hasn't been true for at least a decade.
No, it hasn't. Like I think every other series that's shown up here has probably been more popular in the
Right.
course like the current fan base. Well, the
Yeah, but
people
like
who
the
like, they
Western
talk
base, like
about like
mhm. Like promotion wise, and like Western companies, like even the damn Funko Pops, right? And the Overwatch collab. It's like, what Gundam series? Wing. It's like, it's no.
I mean, Link's so popular. I think just the idea of
Right.
Gundam anything getting a collab is cool, especially in the West.
True. But I'm like, I feel like I legitimately feel like Double Iron Blooded Orphans and like Wish for Mercury all are probably all bigger than Wing at this point.
Oh yeah, easy. I mean, it is funny because like IBO literally got put on Toonami with a effectively this close to a 1-for-1 remake as the original trailer for Gundam Wing did.
Yeah.
Because it's been the first time since what Double O genuinely that was like, yeah, no, this is no, yeah, first time since Double O pretty much that a Gundam
Also
series
saying
was
they can't make
accessible in
Double
the
O
West.
again today.
Huh?
I will also say Double O cannot be made today.
Nope.
Out of any Gundam series, that's the only one where you can be like, they have no,
Who are
no.
main characters? Uh, bipolar. Uh, Irish. Thing and what's our main character? Ah, yes, a Middle Eastern war child soldier.
Right? And his best friend, a member of the IRA. And what's the super soldier defining moment in the season? Destroying 2 towers with rocket launchers.
And
Man, Double O was so good for when it came out.
If anything, we need to get that on Toonami.
Right?
Like, let me vent about like Adult Swim too, bro. When Adult Swim comes on here, it comes on like 4 o'clock p.m. in general. Like,
Right.
why is Adult Swim showing up at 4 o'clock? Kids are barely getting out of school, and they start off and they come home to King of the Hill.
Kids don't watch cartoons.
They don't put anything on besides Teen Titans Go. They've written a self-fulfilling prophecy. Plus, that bum Zazop doesn't even like anything that isn't like live action stuff anyway.
Man, I like the cope theory people have that, like, guys, Zaslav's taking all the cartoons off of HBO Max so he can spin it off into its own separate network. And it's like,
What?
network for
No one has
cartoons.
said that.
I've heard at least a few people say, I'm like,
They're crazy.
It's just Cartoon Network.
Why would they remove it from their own streaming service?
Right.
Like, who? If you told me in 2025 the Looney Tunes would not be accessible from its own parent company streaming service, I tell you what, that's a streaming service.
Right.
Secondly, you're wrong, but it happened.
God. Fine, right? Cartoons aren't dead. Cartoons aren't dying. Everything's good. There was no Warren Bossing saying.
So yeah, that's basically it for the Gundam news. What's your thoughts?
I mean,
Once we finally get the game in our hands, it would help a lot. But sorry.
I'm still sick of like Bandai adding colors and like following sets of just all putting them like set one. Like, stop. This has happened in every single Bandai card game. Except for, I think, Digimon. Like,
No,
it's annoying.
no, I think that happened there too. Maybe not set 2, but because I know it happened in Bowser's Saga in set 3.
I'm pretty sure there wasn't a color that came with. Oh, shoot. Was it purple?
No, it was set 2. Excuse me. That green was in set 2. And then blue was in set 3.
So I'm just like, what color came later in Digimon? No.
Well, you know what else is coming later? My Little Pony. A brand new My Little Pony card game is about to show up.
This is a joke segment, everyone.
And they are saying that it is the first global version of the My Little Pony game in 40 years. I mean, not 40 years, the first global one in general.
There's something funny about this. Did they wait until the death of 4chan to announce the My Little Pony card game?
4chan had to die for this. So this April,
Bronies are the hellspawn of 4chan. For context.
There you go. So, reading the press notice, this April, the My Little Pony card game will make its global debut in China. I just read the first paragraph and got sad again. Again? This is the second, I think the third game from a big IP that's like, yeah, no, our game's gonna release in China first. You still chose? Okay. Let's keep reading. Co-developed by Hasbro, a leading games IP and toy company, and Kaiyu, a pioneering force in China's trading card industry. This trading card game offers fans and card game enthusiasts a brand new journey of friendship and fun. A world-class IP opens a new chapter. For over 40 years, My Little Pony has captured the hearts across generations with enchanting stories and vibrant cast of characters. Now, it reaches a new milestone, launching its first ever global trading card game. This marks a fresh chapter in the evolution of the IP, inviting fans and collectors around the world to experience the magic of My Little Pony up close through the thrill of card gameplay.
Wow.
To deliver an unprecedented experience in both collecting and gameplay, the My Little Pony card game features original card illustrations created by official Hasbro artists and renowned illustrators from around the world. Every card vividly brings to life beloved characters and iconic scenes from the series in unique artistic styles. The game seamlessly blends charming elements from the My Little Pony animated series into its mechanics, creating an engaging, social, and uplifting experience. Fans and players alike will find themselves immersed in the pony's tale of friendship and adventure, sharing in their perfect day. Even more exciting, a brand new story arc is already in the works, with writers actively crafting new adventures exclusively for the card game. So that's interesting. They've now basically said, we're making new content for My Little Pony just for the card game now.
The My Little Pony card game is gonna have better lore than the current Magic the Gathering storyline.
Global launch, infinite possibilities ahead. The My Little Pony card game will officially launch globally in April, starting at mainland China. Launch celebration events and demo sessions will be held in Beijing, Shanghai, and Chengdu. To commemorate the release, 2 launch tournaments will take place in Shanghai on April 26th and May 3rd, giving fans the first opportunity to experience the joys of playing in person. Looking ahead...
Today's April.
Huh?
But today's April.
Yeah. It starts next week. Looking ahead, the game will be released in multiple languages, allowing players around the world to join in the fun. Hasbro and Kaiyu are also building a global tournament system to provide a stage for players everywhere to connect, compete, and share the magic of friendship on a global scale. Whether you're a longtime fan of My Little Pony, a passionate TCG player, or a dedicated card collector, this game infused with friendship, magic, wisdom, and adventure promises a one-of-a-kind experience. This launcher spans Hasbro and Kaiyu's existing line of My Little Pony collectible trading cards, available now in China and many countries in Southeast Asia. We can't wait to share the magic with you. Let's begin this joyful journey together, side by side with our favorite ponies. And here's the arts they showed.
Can't tell a single thing about this game looking from these images. I know nothing.
So they have main character card, scene card, story card, and character card, which is part of the Twilight Sparkle starter deck. Which I'm not gonna joke. Before I made the thumbnail, after I made the thumbnail, I had no idea she was actually getting a starter deck. I just literally just chose her because I'm like, oh yeah, you're the one that I see all the time fighting Starscream.
I think it'd be kind of obvious.
So yeah. I mean, I hear Gen 4 is like the most popular gen they've ever done, so it would technically make sense. I mean, I think everyone said all these characters are from Gen 4. So yeah, we've got another new TCG in the works. Still have no idea how it's played, but Hasbro's making another TCG for the first time in a while. Technically.
Yeah.
Which
Here's the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it gets more popular than Magic the Gathering, will they kill it in its crib like they did Duel Masters?
Don't remind me.
I'm just saying there is a non-zero chance My Little Pony overtakes Magic the Gathering in the TCG space.
I will say it probably won't, but I also say they probably won't try and kill it, mostly because Hasbro needs all the money they can get right now. So Magic and MLP are both popular card games in the industry. They will see that as a win because that means that's more money coming in.
Right, but also I did notice one thing, that Wizards of the Coast is nowhere in this.
Yeah, they're not in this.
Yeah, that makes things interesting.
Which, you know, to be fair, good. Like, focus on
Right,
getting Magic back on track as much as you can. I know we talk about the Takir printing problem, but people actually did love Takir, from what I can tell, as a
right.
game, as like a set release. So
I mean, yeah, there's no funny hats. People like Magic sets that aren't hat sets.
mhm. So that is what's going on there. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not interested, but it's cool for to see that that some people get another MLP game. I do feel
Right.
like the bubble is close to bursting, though.
This is a pretty big sign of the bubble bursting. Because the last time the bubble burst was the death of the Transformers card game,
Which one?
the most recent one.
That was so
You
funny
know, the
because
one where like
like they literally released a set, went silent for like 3 months, and said then just put a press release. Oh yeah, by the way, that set was the last one. We're done. Bye.
like
Like you
Transformers popped
forgot.
and
Like you
it
forgot. Like
popped and,
the oven was on.
right. Like it was like some mix, right? It's like, yeah, like things running at the exact same time. Transformers, Buddy Fight, and Star Wars Destiny all just went poof.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's a bubble burst. I think that's more of just COVID and mix of
Right. And then
COVID
like a
and
week
like those games already not doing so hot in certain ways already. Just kind of like their
because no one's
backs
just
just
doing
breaking.
well. And then Cal pretended it was gonna come back, and then kept pretending it's gonna come back for like 4 years.
Mm. We're still waiting on the chaotic details, if that even shows up.
It's never happening.
I mean, we don't know if there's going to be a
Look,
Gen 4 Bakugan anymore.
look, the day the chaotic reboot comes out, we're ending the podcast.
Like that day will be our final show.
It's like emergency podcast, the out of pocket finale. Zeta and Zechs are no longer friends.
Whoa. That's an insane thing to put on there. Just like like I feel like chaotic coming back would not change our friendship.
No, it's just gonna change my relationship with the mortal coil. That is our reality. It's never happening. I'm putting money down on it, like $5, but
Well, on
like
that
maybe
note,
just some neat idea they had.
yeah. So let's get to the final piece of news and our, I guess, our final segment of the night.
Yep.
So, one of the last pieces of 4chan or whatever, Instagram technically, uh, thanks to Rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh, our boy, uh, we found out what happened to Air Neos, apparently. So for those of you who don't know this whole history of Air Neos, Elemental Hero Air Neos is one of the cover cards of Yu-Gi-Oh! Set Strike of Neos. It has been a card that has never been seen a reprint, technically, in a different set since its original printing.
Yeah.
MBT Yu-Gi-Oh did a good video, a quick video, where they kind of go over it, but basically,
And we are never going to be on the fastest draw in these, huh?
no, we never will. I mean, the fact that we're as fast as we are now is just funny because it just lined up like that.
Right.
But user Yu-Gi-Oh.Wind on Instagram found this comic character named Rave Dactyl and came up to details about court documents between Beyond Comics, the creator of Rave Dactyl, against Konami in 2008 regarding copyright infringement with Air Neos. And there's a bunch of other documents. It was also kind of posted. This post itself came from Zodiac Duelist. And so there's pictures of Rave Dactyl. This is him on the left of the top left, and him on the back. So this is the character. People say they were saying looked so that Air Neos looked way too close to being. And this character has apparently existed since 1989 because the creator, has worked on this character for a long time. So there's more details. I forgot there's some more details more, but basically, from what I can glean from MET's video, they had, for the record, the owner of Beyond Comics, the owner of Rave Dactyl, posted a video like late last night going over his side of the story. But the long and short of it is that he wants to protect Rave Dactyl because he saw Air Neos. Air Neos looked very similar. And he wanted to protect his character because, small comic book company that he's working with, and then all of a sudden Konami drops a character who looks very similar to his.
Like, it's totally fair.
And everything, right? Now, why he wanted to push for $70 million of settlement, I don't know. That's something. But the long and short of it, it eventually just kind of settled into. Eventually just settled. And what the creator's saying is that, well, for one, we also found out that, Air Neos was only made by the director of GX, not Suzuki Takahashi, so he's in the clear. For the record.
I don't even think I had a feeling related.
Me neither, but it's just, just clear that reference up. Right. That's really just Konami's whole thing. And then he said, they can still use Air Neos. He doesn't know why they aren't using him. Like, the settlement didn't say they couldn't use Air Neos ever again. But what I think people are speculating what is happening is that because of the whole settlement, they probably is like a deal where it's like, yeah, they can still probably use Air Neos, but they kind of have to give him like a little bit of a fee. I don't know how big or little, but I guess the difference is, we're just not going to use him more because we'd rather not pay somebody who tried to sue us over a card that's not even good. Like, that's the funny thing about Air Neos. Air Neos sucks. It sucked when it released. Right. It sucks now. Like, the rest of the hero deck works without him. Neo switches don't even work. Like, it genuinely is like just a cool mystery that's now finally been solved.
Right. And now we can stop caring about Air Neos.
I mean, I will say this is probably the most press that this dude has gotten all time. which again is pretty insane. Because again, this is how we find out what happened to Air Neos. Just a random Instagram account like puts two and two together from early 1990s, 1980s comic book character from a comic.
I mean, they always gonna work on the still one.
Yeah, but it's just funny. It's like that's how we found out. So yeah, Air Neos is like we have finally found out who killed JFK. Like we can all rest now.
Honestly.
Now I'll figure out what the hell happened to Shuttleroid. So what were you saying before then?
Oh, nothing.
Oh yeah.
The mistress.
Yeah.
The mistress. I'm not really over someone really dog post.
I mean, the old memes can end, the new memes can begin.
Right.
It's like people putting a Rave Dactyl on the Air Neos card.
Like near the core.
It's like it's just added more hilarity to the whole situation.
It's a new era.
Which now I gotta think. Let's see. Should I make the title of the podcast "Who Shot Air Neos"?
That's a good one, actually.
The Air Neos files discovered.
Part 1.
No, we're not having a new part 1 of this. We're done. You know what else is done? Yeah. But you know what else is done? This podcast, because we're officially out of things to talk about. Yep, we don't have a normal topic for today, but I think we got a lot. I think we did go at least 2 hours, so I think that's a positive in a sense. Now, as to what happens with the vines, I mean, I guess we could talk about one more news. We've got the announcement of Vanguard Divines Deluxe Finals, which is going to be part 2 of this series, of this season. Or technically, part 2 of the tournament, new season. As for what we think about this season, you'll have to just wait a little bit longer to find that out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm interested about like next season, right? Just because there's a lot of time to have so
True.
like 13 episodes, only let's say 7. Right.
Yeah, approximately 7.
Which makes 6 card episodes.
Theoretically, yes. Theoretically, yes.
Be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, character development.
Ooh.
And we'll keep everything that we will discuss next episode. Just keep hanging heads until like Vine's 10th anniversary. Woman says that she's being countered.
No.
You know what
I
I'm
will
talking
say this. If they just made Sophie Bell the #1 hater, I think I've been more okay with that than what they did do at the end of that season.
about. Here's my right. I'm not gonna let the Sophie go.
No, she needs to be under the jail.
I am. Get me wrong.
Like, even if she didn't need to be under the jail, the fact that they did that just really ruined a lot of a potential interesting character. Not to mention that she's old as she is. Like, come on, dog.
How old is she actually? I'm
25.
no.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, for people that gave us
They gave us what?
where the hell you want to go, Megan? Or any of us?
Well, we'll talk about that more when we get there. Stay tuned, everybody. On that note, that is the end of the podcast. Our next show is scheduled. Our next regular show is scheduled for May 2nd, 2025.
Yeah.
You can follow us on our socials, which are all in the description of this podcast, be it on the YouTube or the on the streaming sites you come in for our podcast on. Anything else you want to add in? You want to plug in something?
Tomorrow I'm sure we're holding on to the last starting at probably morning. Time for me to have fun with a loot game for some like a year. I feel like it's gonna be fun. And yeah, come back next week for the Vanguard probably gonna engage in conversation in the spoiler cast.
I didn't say it was gonna be next week. I said we'll see when you see it.
There.
So
Whenever it happens.
Yep, whenever it happens. And on that note, everybody, you'll have a good night.